The first time you get it, did he pay for sex? Or was it?
No.
No? So how'd you meet him?
I met him in Vegas at the nightclub I was working at the time, and it was never about money.
Did someone come up to you and say, Tiger wants to have sex with you?
No, not sex. They just said he wants to meet you, and it took a lot of persuading, like everybody in the nightclub that I worked at, from the owners down to the to the cocktail waitresses were like, come on, Veronica, please, 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 he wants to meet you.
I mean, you knew, obviously, Tiger, someone comes over and says, Tiger wants to meet you, he wants to have sex with you, he likes you. I mean, it's a celebrity, he's a super celebrity, he can't come up to you, whatever. So, like, did you think right away, I want to have sex with this guy? It's Tiger.
No, I'd met him at a golf tournament before, and he was like a pompous ass, and I didn't like him, and, I was already having a bad night at work, and, they're like, just go have a beer, and just, you don't have to stay long, and I'm like, fine, I'll go and sit down and have a beer, but I don't have to be nice.
So, hold on. You get mad because I'm asking questions?
No.
You thinking about him?
Yeah. That's what's making me mad.
Why? Because you think about him not being with you now?
No, because I'm just thinking about him and I don't like to.
Does this fuck it all up for you and him? What we're doing here?
I haven't talked to him since.
So did Tiger ever introduce you to his friends or any other golfers?
He introduced me to a few of his friends, never any other golfers.
How would he introduce you?
It was a lot primarily when he was at the nightclub that I worked at, and other people were there.
But what did he say? This is my girlfriend.
No, he just say, hey, this is Veronica, and I'd introduce myself, because I worked at the club, so a lot of people knew who I was already.
Okay. But when he said this is Veronica, would he kiss you and touch you in front of his friends, or did he act like he wasn't in a relationship?
No, he sat next to me. I'm not really like a touchy-feely kind of person in public. I save that all for behind closed doors.
Did he drink?
Yes, he did.
So were you drinking? He was drinking at these clubs?
Yes.
Okay, so you have a few drinks. You tell me you don't touch each other. You guys are totally in love. There's no way he keeps his hands off you. He doesn't touch you in front of his friends?
I don't touch people in public.
You don't hold a hand? You don't give a kiss? Nothing?
Just maybe a kiss on the cheek, but that was pretty much it.
You're totally in love with this guy, and you're sitting next to him, and there's no way anyone would know that you're totally in love with him because that's just how you are?
Yeah, I don't, especially when I'm at work, because I was, at work when he was, at the club I was working at. I'm a totally different person at work.
Okay. What was like the best gift he ever bought you? Did he buy you gifts?
He did little things for me that meant more to me than, anything he could have ever bought me or any money he could have ever given me.
Like what?
Just, he knew I liked food, and, he would always make sure that, my favorite food was there waiting for me when I got off of work, or, my favorite dessert or something like that. And he just, because I love food.
Yeah.
So he would always
Did he ever get you something like only a billionaire could get, like a special kind of fish or chocolate or something?
Well, there was always, special things in the room because he was really funny about, peanut M&Ms, and just, his room would always be stacked up with, everything that he liked and everything that I liked.
He liked peanut M&Ms?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he ever, like, since you like food so much, the first thing comes to my mind, I mean, did he ever play with food with you during sex? You ever put stuff in your pussy?
No.
Out, whipped cream?
No.
Nothing chocolate on you?
No, I wasn't into that.
You're
I
not
like
into
to eat food. I don't like it, like, on me.
Really? And he wasn't into that?
No.
You didn't care about that? Okay.
No.
But nothing big. You never bought your car, condo. I mean, the guy's $1 billion, a house.
No, I never asked him to.
I know, but you have a girl for 2 years that you love. Why not
3
just fucking
years.
buy 3 years? Why not buy her a quick little condo or a fucking Ferrari?
I don't know. That's never, like, my dream car is a white Honda Accord with tan leather interior.
Okay, did he buy you that?
No.
And
because I had a car. I had a little, gold Ford Focus, and it was, it was my little mommy grocery getter car. You could fit a lot of stuff in that car, and I was happy with it. I paid for it myself, and it was all paid for, so I didn't really need anything. I just was with him because I loved him and I cared about him.
Yeah, and didn't bother you that his wife is probably driving $200,000-$300,000 cars?
That doesn't, I think those cars are silly. Like, when I went with my friend to go pick up his Maserati, I was making fun of him. I'm like, dude, really? Like, you've already got a Lamborghini, and that's, like, just obscenely obnoxious.
Tiger has a Lamborghini?
No, a friend of mine who,
Oh.
you know, we were a really good friend of mine back in Vegas had a Lamborghini, and he was going to pick up a Maserati.
Yeah.
And like his favorite car that he had was his little Jeep, and I thought that was really cool. Like,
Alright.
you know,
What-
I'm just like, that doesn't really do anything for me, but I do love.
So no
the
jewelry, no diamonds,
No,
nothing.
I'm not a big
Okay.
jewelry person. Like the only jewelry I have is like, you know, jewelry
Yeah.
that, you know, either my son got me or like little things I got myself.
Okay. The first time you get it, did he pay for sex? Or was
No,
it?
no.
No? So how'd you meet him?
I met him in Vegas at the nightclub I was working at the time, and it was never about money.
Did someone come up to you and say, Tiger wants to have sex with you?
No, not sex. They just said he wants to meet you, and it took a lot of persuading. Like everybody in the nightclub that I worked at, you know, from the owners down to the to the cocktail waitresses were like, "Come on, Veronica, please, please, please. He wants
What?
to meet you."
I mean, you knew, obviously, Tiger, someone comes over and says, Tiger wants to meet you, he wants to have sex with you, he likes you. I mean, it's a celebrity, he's a super celebrity, he can't come up to you, whatever. So, like, did you think right away, I want to have sex with this guy? It's Tiger.
No, I'd met him at a golf tournament before, and he was like a pompous ass, and I didn't like him, and you know, I was already having a bad night at work, and you know, they're like, just go have a beer, and just, you know, you don't have to stay long. And I'm like, fine, I'll go and sit down and have a beer, but I don't have to be nice.
You get mad because I'm asking questions?
No?
Are you thinking about him?
Yeah.
Um,
That's what's making me mad.
Why? Because you think about
Yeah.
him not being with you now?
No, because I'm just thinking about him, and I don't like to.
Does this fuck it all up for you and him? What we're doing here?
I haven't talked to him since.
What fucked it up? The press, like...
All the girls
night?
and everything, and
What happened that night when he crashed? Were you like actively talking to him that night when he, or at that time when he crashed?
I talked to him the day of Thanksgiving, but
And did you watch that shit on TV or did
yeah,
you
I
hear-
did.
And what happened?
I knew something, you know, something had came out because I was telling him, like, when I last saw him in, you know, the beginning of October, was, you know, I was overhearing a lot of girls talking, and, you know, he needs to tighten his shit up because, you know, he's getting really sloppy and stuff's about ready to really volcanic erupt, and it's, you know, he knows it wasn't, and I told him, I was like, you know, it's not going to be from me because, you know, the whole 3 years we were together, you know.
What do you mean about, real quick, other girls? So other girls who he's fucking?
Yeah, I was overhearing other girls talking about their little interludes with him. And
Where are you where you're hearing other girls? Like
Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
At nightclub, the same nightclub?
Different nightclubs, no.
So he frequented all these nightclubs?
Well, I didn't know he frequented other nightclubs because nobody else really knew. But
So
yeah.
what's upsetting you right now? Like what, so how did it, what caused it to end? Was there a final text?
No, there was not a final text. It was just, you know, the thing, you know, during Thanksgiving, and then just, you know, I didn't talk to him anymore.
That was it after he crashed?
Yeah.
So he was supposedly on Ambien and shit. You guys had Ambien sex?
Yeah.
What is that like?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't remember.
What do? You take a bunch of Ambien?
No, just take one.
And then just fuck?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really remember.
Did you pass out?
Yeah.
Was he into fucking you while you were asleep or passed out? Did he take one?
Yeah, he always took Ambien.
But did he stay awake on it?
No.
Really? So, God, I don't get the Ambien sex thing.
I don't really know either, but apparently it was really good, I guess. I don't know.
Good for him, not for you.
I don't remember.
Wow, okay. Did he ever talk to you about sex with his wife?
No.
No, he didn't ever say, like, she doesn't do this, what's why I'm with
No.
you? Did you ask him about sex with his wife?
No.
Not curious at all?
No.
Really?
I didn't really like, you know, discussing things unless he brought it up.
Really? So, like, no curiosity. This is a guy that you love? Or, like...
Yeah, I didn't want to think about him, you know, having sex with his wife because it hurt my feelings.
It did?
Yeah.
Did you...
Well, he told me that, you know, the sex with me was different than it was with her. It was more exciting. You know, he got to try things that he has never tried before, that he hadn't done in a while. And, I wanted to please him, and I would do anything that made him happy. I mean, I got pregnant twice, so obviously he came inside my pussy because you can't get pregnant in your ass. At least I don't think you can.
But I mean, wow, so you're pregnant with... He got you pregnant twice?
Yeah.
Is that known?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Pregnant twice? And you wouldn't have Tiger Woods' baby?
Well, I had a miscarriage the first time. I've always wanted to have another kid, but I didn't want to have it that way. I want to have it with a man that, could be a father that I love, that, we could be around each other and it would be okay and we wouldn't have to be sneaking around.
Okay. Did you ever sniff your panties?
No.
No?
No.
You
I
don't-
didn't really wear panties.
You don't wear panties?
No.
Did he ever use a golf club on you or anything? Golf,
No
sexual?
golf related, no.
Nothing like that?
No.
Is he a good kisser?
Yeah, he is.
Like why? What makes a good kisser?
I see. I don't know. I'm not really like into kissing, but certain people, it's like
What does it have to be?
Bedrock.
Like it does something to your body or?
it just like it makes me all like tingly and stuff, and like gives me goosebumps and stuff.
And he did that to you?
Yeah, he did.
Was he the only guy that really did that to you or?
There's been a couple people in my whole life of 32 years that have done that to me.
And Tiger's one of them?
Yeah.
So he's a good kisser. When he was coming, did he make any funny faces or?
He did like an O face, and it was like
Can you do it for me?
I can't.
Come
Like,
on.
that's it. His eyes would be like
His eyes would be big?
all fluttery and stuff.
Did he wear a hat when he fucked you anytime?
No, he didn't wear a hat.
You
he
never
was-
wanted him to?
No, he was naked.
Really?
Yeah.
You ever masturbate watching him on TV play golf?
No.
No, nothing like that?
No.
Really?
No.
That didn't turn you on?
No, I mean I liked watching him play, and I'd be at the Palms pool like during the summertime, like at the bar watching golf, and everybody would be looking at me like, "Oh, girl, what you doing?" I'm like, "Watching golf." They're like, "Why?"
Really?
Like, well, because. And I had my little white Tiger Woods hat on, the little TW white Nike hat on.
Yeah. Like after this happened, I'm sort of jumping around, but shit's coming to my head. After this happened, I mean, how many guys want to fuck you just to be inside you because Tiger was inside you?
Oh my God, it's just insane. Like the emails I get and just Facebook whatever's.
Constant?
People are so interesting.
Because guys are obsessed with Tiger.
Interesting. It was funny because when I was dancing in Atlanta, my best friend, she came out and was helping me with my tour, and she's like, it was so funny watching guys like look at you like when you like would put your I'd be like this and they'd be like, oh, it'd be like this, like her the heavens opened up and they'd be like,
Really just looking at you because you're a Tiger.
they're like, oh my God. And like just like the looks on their face would just be like, totally 12 team.
People love him.
It was hilarious. And there was actually this guy that was like a Tiger Woods lookalike. It's like as soon as because when I was doing my little thing, I turned around and I looked and I saw this just amazing smile. And that's all I thought about. And my friend, she saw it too. She's like, oh my God, look at her. Because I was dancing for this couple, and then I turned around and I looked and I'm just like, hello. And I just went like crawling over this guy.
Is that what you like to smile? Tiger gets smile?
Amazing smile. Amazing smile.
And you were a stripper? So you stripped?
Yeah, but this is, I just started my feature dancing tour. I started it in Atlanta when he was in Augusta.
Oh, okay. So were you stripping or dancing when you were with him?
I started when I first moved to Vegas. I was dancing at Scores, but I was not really dancing that much stripping wise. When I met him, I was, just mainly go-go dancing and working, as an eye candy model for the different casinos and nightclubs in town.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just looking at you. Did you lap dance him? Did he ask for lap dances and stuff, Tiger?
Well, I gave him, lap dances, but naked kind.
Naked kind?
Yeah.
Where you could touch?
Yeah.
Where you dance for him and you finger your pussy and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah? You let him do anything you want, huh?
Of course I did.
Did he talk dirty during sex?
There were certain times where he did. He liked to call me his dirty little whore and a bitch and a slut, and he liked to say that he owned my ass, which he pretty much did because I wasn't with anybody else.
Really? So the whole time, how long were you with Tiger?
3 years.
Okay. We talked about him making noises when he's coming. Just made the O face.
Well, he made noises, but who doesn't make noises?
So, did you said he's the best lover you ever had? He lasted a long time.
It was
Was he just in tune with you or what?
we were really in sync with each other, and it was like phenomenal. I never had to get my mind right to do anything with him because I loved him so much that whatever he did and didn't hurt, it felt good. Because I'm a total pleaser whenever I'm with somebody. I want to do whatever I can to make them happy.
Perfect girlfriend, right?
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
What was his favorite position?
Do you want me to show you?
Yeah, well, go ahead. Yeah, is it
He
something
liked-
unusual?
Well, not really totally unusual. He liked, me as far up as I could be.
Yeah,
Like that?
Yeah.
And then, I would be spreading.
Like, stay there. Stay. We can do a little bit of interview like that. I like that. You'd spread your pussy for him or spread your ass?
I'd, spread myself.
How was he at eating pussy?
I'm not really really into eating pussy. There's only been a few people that have done it to where it had me like